अस्सलाम वालेकुम गाइस, वेलकम टू क्रिक शा। आज एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग शो, एक बहुत ही क्या कहते हैं सनसनीखेज शो आप सबके सामने लाए हो। फर्स्ट टाइम हमने एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन यूट्यूबर को हमने अपने शो पे दावत दी है और आज वो अपनी इन डेप्थ नॉलेज के साथ हमें बताएगी कि क्या ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेट किस तरह ऑपरेट होती है, ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेट किस तरह चलती है, ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेट में क्या होता है, किस तरह एक प्लेयर बनता है और ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान की ओडीआई सीरीज में जिस तरह इन लाइन है। तो पाकिस्तान से तो मैंने सबसे बेस्ट जो ऑप्शन मुझे मिली है इस टाइम को, तो आप सबको पता है मेरे चैनल पे बहुत दफा आ चुकी है लाइव
Thank
आवासी।
you.
एंड
Thank
ऑस्ट्रेलिया
you so
से
much.
आई हैव इनवाइटेड रियान मैटकल्फे, सो we will be discussing a lot. So first of all, I will be inviting Rian Metcalfe. So how are you, Rian? How
I'm good. I'm good.
everything?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's good. Pretty late here. Obviously, it's 10 p.m. right now, but you know, keen to
Yeah,
chat about some cricket. Keen to chat,
time
see what you guys
differences.
think about the upcoming series. Yeah, going well. Just getting through life. Cricket in the background, obviously,
Exactly.
helping out, and yeah, going well.
Going well. Okay, लाइबा आप बताएं, आप तो पाकिस्तान के हालो हवाल से सर क्या कहते हैं कनेक्टेड है। क्रिस्टन का रिजाइन, गिलेस्पी अंदर, सेंट्रल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, फिर पेमेंट्स, ये चीजें जो इतनी पॉलिटिक्स। अभी हम लोग लिटरली हमें सिर्फ 8 दिन हुए हैं टेस्ट मैच जीते, अभी पूरा हफ्ता भी नहीं हुआ। हफ्ता आज हुआ पूरा, आज हफ्ता हो गया है, लेकिन आज भी हम लोग पूरी ऐसा लग रहा है कि हमने ना टेस्ट मैच 1000 दिन पहले जीता था। हम अभी भी उस एम्बिग्विटीज में है, अभी भी हम उस फिलोसफी में है कि हम लोग पॉलिटिक्स में भरे हुए एक चेन में बंद है। हम कंट्रोवर्सीज पसंद करते हैं और कंट्रोवर्सीज में रह रहे हैं। कितने साल बाद एक कंट्री को जीत मिली लेकिन हमने उसे बर्बाद कर दिया। गैरी किस्टन जैसा काबिल कोच हमने खो दिया इस हफ्ते में। हमने मोहम्मद रिजवान को कप्तान ले आए आखिरकार, लेकिन जब कप्तान लाए तो टी20 में क्या ओपनिंग क्या नहीं, ये सारी चीजें आप सबके सामने है कि मोहम्मद रिजवान ने साइम अयूब, फखर जमान, इन सब के लिए कोई के कहते हैं टी20 में जगह नहीं बनी। सो काफी ऐसी कंट्रोवर्सीज है। मैं चाहूंगा आप रियान से भी कुछ पूछे कि व्हाट ही थिंक्स अबाउट पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट, लेकिन अभी आपसे मैं पूछूंगा कैसा रहा ये हफ्ता। रोलर कोस्टर से भी ज्यादा रोलर कोस्टर तो है ना, नीचे जाके ऊपर होता है, हम तो नीचे ही गए हैं इस हफ्ते, ऊपर तो गए ही नहीं है।
Obviously,
So what do you
if you ask me about my perspective, this particular week has been something very, very disappointing. Obviously, when Mohammad Rizwan, I got to know that Mohammad Rizwan is actually appointed as the new captain of a white ball format team. So I was very happy. But then Kevin Peterson came up with a statement that, oh, if Pakistan has gone like one step forward, they took two steps backward. It's because that they lost a coach like Gary Christian. So the basically the main thing behind that is that Pakistan actually cannot cope up with the milestones that they have. Mohsin Naqvi, the press conference that he hold, obviously with Mohammad Rizwan, he actually came up with a statement that Babar Azam resigned with his own kind of mindset. We didn't force him to resign or we didn't ask him to resign. It's just that it was his own decision. If it was his own decision, what do you do with players? What do you do with the official staff of the cricket board that they are forced to resign themselves? Obviously, they create such a kind of environment that people can't cope up with the organization for a longer period of time. So you get to see lots of other things like this as this happened. First, Babar Azam's resignation, and then out of nowhere, Gary Christian coming up and saying that no, I can't continue with Pakistan cricket for quite a longer period of time. Pakistan Cricket Board, when they introduced Jason Gillespie and Gary Christian into this particular official staff kind of thing, they came up with that statement that Jason Gillespie or Gary Christian, they will be given the authority to get into the selection committee. Matlab, they will have the authority कि oh, this player has to come. They will kind of have a decision power making that okay, if this player is coming up, we'll have the authority to commentate on him. We'll have the authority to share his stats and give our opinion that if this player is eligible to be in the team or not. But obviously, Pakistan Cricket Board must have done something like, oh no, who are you? We are going to do our own internal politics. As you must have seen players like Fakhar Zaman, who is currently the most active opening batsman, holding 7 international ODI centuries, ruling the number one spot, and we lost a player like him. that too in a period of time which was so important for one day international format. The cycle till Champions Trophy 2025, it's very important because we are obviously going to be playing lots of one day international matches, and we lost such a gem like him. So you just think about that, what is actually happening inside of Pakistan cricket board. But I obviously will head on towards Ryan, and I'll ask him that, Ryan, what do you feel about Pakistan cricket? Because we have seen, global countries, and we have seen global cricketing nations, kind of commentating us on in such a negative way. But I'll just ask you that, what do you think about it?
Yeah, so look, from an outsider, like obviously in Australia, you don't see much about Pakistani cricket unless you go looking for it. And what you look when you go looking for it, it's usually something written by our Fox Sports or Sky Sports in the UK, and it's very negative about Pakistani cricket. Usually, when you look for stuff, the way I see it, I think you've just got an organisation in itself that it's so close to working from my point of view. They got Gary Kirsten, they got Jason Gillespie. It looked like they were starting to get somewhere, and then there's just something that happens that breaks it all up, and it gets blown out of proportion. Like obviously, cricket's your national sport in Pakistan, or I definitely assume it is, and it just seems like when something goes wrong, it becomes so much bigger than it is, and that I think maybe the higher ups of the Pakistani cricket board, I don't know who they are, like all of them, but I think there might be a bit of wanting too much control there, like a bit too much, not letting the coaches coach and the players play. They want to do it all. That's how I see it, really. So that's how I look at it. I think you've got to have a bit more of a set structure of, all right, we're the board, we are the overriding rule, but we've appointed coaches, we've appointed them for a reason. They can go out and look for players if they need to make a call, like dropping Babar Azam, which worked wonders. Cameron Gullam came in, Test century on debut. Incredible decision that. And then turning out rank turners pretty much, and then bringing in a spin bowling attack and winning a series against England, which myself and not many other people didn't think would happen.
Cherry on top, yes.
That had me going, all right, looks like they're going somewhere. And then I heard about Jason Gillespie not being involved in team selection per se. And then Gary Kirsten resigns because he goes, oh, I can't do this anymore. And I'm thinking there's something up the top that isn't allowing everyone else being appointed to do their job. That's how I see it, really.
You got it right, Ryan. You got it right. This is what you have grabbed as an Australian. Most of the Pakistanis didn't. The establishment in Pakistan. Last freaking 3 years, Pakistan have changed 26 selectors, 8 head coaches, 4 chairmen, 3 constitutions, 3 constitution amendments which have been changed. So you will be hoping that Pakistan will be evolving in a longer period of time. This was short-term success. Aqib Javed came, dry, spin, rank, turn, brush. It was a short-term success. In a short-term success, you appointed Aqib Javed, the father of Pakistani cricket. That he is the father and Gary Kirsten has nothing. His profile is zero. The man who won World Cup with India under MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni says, if you want to coach a team, call Gary Kirsten. MS Dhoni, the greatest captain in the history of cricket, is saying that. Gary Kirsten became the #1 test coach when he coached South Africa in 2013. But our cricket is just based on narratives, short-term goals, which Aqib Javed came and did. So he became the father. If Mohammad Rizwan lose, he will be sacked. If Mohammad Rizwan wins, he will stay. This is Mohsin Naqvi's world. Undecisive, inconsistent, and unprofessional. That will be our summing up. Yes, Laiba, going your questions ahead. What are your queries for it?
Oh yeah, you summed it up really well. It's because that we are a really emotionally driven kind of a nation. who is just happy with short-term results. If we won a test series and we were like, Akib ball this, Akib ball that. But let's just move forward and talk about, obviously, you look at if Australian squad, it's a 14-member squad, and we've seen that they've got 6 fast bowling option, 3 spin bowling option. And if you look at Pakistan's squad, they've got 6 fast bowling options and 4 spin bowling options. If I ask you, Ryan, to propose me a playing XI for Australia that they are going to be
Yeah.
playing against Pakistan in the first ODI on Monday, 4th November at MCG. Which playing XI would you propose for Australia and what an order? Just propose.
All right, I'll give you my order. I've got this right here. So I've got
Opening will be
Jake
a
Fraser.
dilemma. The opening is going to be a dilemma. I was just reading Fox, and opening was a dilemma. Who will open? Josh English, because Josh English is absolutely brilliant throughout. He is your top run scorer, and he was absolutely brilliant throughout. So sorry, I just interrupted you, but opening will be
all good.
Opening will be a dilemma for you.
So I saw a video today posted by the MCG saying that Jake Fraser McGurk and Matt Short will be opening. So
are you saying Shaheen is going for 14 runs in the first over?
Yeah,
over the
that's
head,
what I'm saying.
2 sixes.
Yep. So JFM and Matt Short to open, and then I'm going Steve Smith at 3, Josh Inglis at 4, and then I'm going Marnus Labuschagne at 5, Glenn Maxwell 6. I'm going Marcus Stoinis 7, Pat Cummins 8, Mitchell Starc 9, Adam Zampa 10, and Josh Hazlewood. I'm just not sure if he'll play because he's currently playing a Sheffield Shield game in Sydney. That ends on Sunday. Tomorrow, Sunday. So I'm not sure if he'll play that one. So I've gone Hazlewood 11. If he doesn't play, I'd put Sean Abbott straight in as that other seam bowler. So yeah, Fraser McGurk, Short, Smith, Inglis, Labuschagne, Maxwell, Stoinis, Cummins, Starc, Zampa, and then Hazlewood or Abbott.
This intellectual playing exercise is going to be giving us some competition. But Mohit, if you look at our squad, we are actually going up with 4 debutants, I guess. It's going to be Faisal Akram, Arafat Minhaz, Irfan Khan, Niazi, and then, Hasibullah. But in answer or in reply to Ryan's proposed playing XI that Australia is going to play against Pakistan, if I ask you to propose a playing XI for Pakistan in reply to this playing XI, what would it be?
First of all, Laiba, the thing is, you will be playing your ODI at MCG. Pakistan MCG record is horrible because you will get the nightmares of Virat Kohli, 23rd October. Kohli goes over the ground, and that World Cup final 2022 against England, and the test match which we slipped from our hands, that Abdullah Shafiq catch against Mitchell. Should have won. The Shan Masood would have made history. It was deserved to be in Shan Masood's place. But MCG, the last ODI we played in MCG, we won. In the captaincy of, I think, Sarfaraz Ahmed, Shakil Khan scored 72 in 2016. That was the series where Babar Azam also scored a century. So I think Pakistan, looking at the conditions, looking at the Melbourne condition, and Ryan, I have seen videos that the weather is quite cold and it's hazy, the wind is going around, so natural movement
it's
there.
Yeah, less than 20 degrees Celsius, so it's going to be a cold one.
Yes, I have seen yesterday's video of our boys and Babar Azam wearing an upper in November because this is Australian summer. Are you waiting for India to get hot in the BGT, the 5-night test?
Yeah.
We will be talking it later in the video. But if I propose my playing 11, I will be going with the openers first. That will be Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq.
Okay.
That is a no-brainer. Babar Azam at number 3, no-brainer. Number 4, Mohammad Rizwan, no-brainer. And at number 5, I will be playing Irfan Khan Niazi. And number 6, I will be playing Hamid Jamal. If number 5, I will be playing Salman Ali Agha. Number 6, I will be playing Irfan Khan Niazi. At number 7, I will be playing Hamid Jamal. Number 8, I will be Faisal Akram. Number 9, Shaheen Afridi.
Hmm.
Number 10, Naseem Shah. Number 11, Mohammad Hasnain.
Okay.
No, Haris Rauf is not playing in my
Hmm.
playing 11. I know he is lethal at Australia. He is a very good bowler when it comes to Australian conditions. But in my opinion, I think Amir Jamal is a guy who can produce you with a lot. He can bat, he can
He
field,
can.
he
The
can
I
give
like
that
him.
consistency
He's a
energy.
is
He
good
there.
can
player.
give that energy. So,
He's a good
in
player.
comparison to Haris Rauf, Amir Jamal offers you a lot. He offers you a lot on the table. He can put up at 60, 70 innings, 5 innings. He can put up a finishing role. He can ball in the middle. He can come and break the partnership. So Amir Jamal is for me. So this is my playing 11. Laiba, you can also propose your playing 11. Like, what do you think according to the MCT conditions? And what, you also researched on MCT recent 5 years average score. What is the average score going on in MCT last
Yeah,
5 years?
so you're looking like mid to high 200s, really. I know Australia did play a game in 2022 after the T20 World Cup against England where we scored 355. That was the highest score at the MCG in an ODI ever. So you're looking at high 200s, low 300s, really. But I'd assume on a cold day, there might be a bit of moisture in the air. You're looking 250, 280 around there, I'd say. So I think 300 is a very good score.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Laiba, propose your playing 11. On to you.
Well, I'll go with Abdullah Shafiq and Saim Ayub to open the innings, Babar Azam to come at number 3, Mohammad Rizwan to bat at number 4, and then Salman Ali Aga at 5. I guess I would go in place of, Amir Jamal, and then Shaheen Shah Afridi, mm, Naseem Shah, Haris Rauf, Faisal Akram, and then I would go with Arafat Minaz. I'll go with actually two spinners.
Okay, that's cool. But in my opinion, spinner play will not be lethal because MCG weather conditions is
The
around hazy
conditions obviously they
thunderstorm.
go with pace
Yeah,
and
it's
all that. Seeing
I
yes,
know
but I feel like
exactly.
that I guess I would actually not go with Mohammad Hasnain and I would go with two spinners. That would be something a kind of down the track movement. So it's just going to be confident for the
Yes.
young faces.
Okay, it's your opinion, but I disagree with you because one bowler in your team is the most different bowler right now and who has prepared himself in the speed camp with Shabazz Chaudhary. Mohammad Hasnain has worked a lot. He has shown us in the Champions Cup how you can evolve, how you can improve yourself. And Mohammad
The
Hasnain,
hard work, yeah.
yes, absolutely, Mohammad Hasnain outplayed us. And I was also a critic of Mohammad Hassan. I didn't like it, but he
The way
forced
he
me
has
to
evolved
praise.
himself, yes.
Yes, exactly. He forced me to praise him as a critic. So I will be going for Mohammad Hassan at any case. My first player will not be any Babar Azam or Rizwan in the team. My first player will be Mohammad Hassan. And
I just think that he might screw it up because it's going to be his first match after quite a long period of time for Pakistan cricket team. That too at such an occasion, that too against such an opposition. I just feel
Laiba,
like that
he has also played President Cups and taken 21 wickets in just 9 games, three
but
fivers.
again, it's about international stage. It's about something. It's going to be very risky. It's going to be very pressurized situation. So I feel like he might screw it up because still he lacks lots of confidence.
Okay, it's your opinion, but in Australia, everyone screws it up. Babar Azam don't have a 50 in MCG. Saim Ayub, Abdullah Shafiq, they will
He's yet
be
to hit a
tested.
six. He's yet to hit a six. Yes, I
He is
also read
yet
that.
to hit a six. He is yet to hit a six as well. And Rizwan, Babar Azam, everyone in Australia, in our batters, they are so weak against the Aussie bowling attack because they don't adjust with bounce. Pakistan players, when you made fast conditions against Bangladesh, you fluttered because you can't play fast bowling. That's why you created spin pitches and you won. So in Australia, I am doubtful if Mohammad Rizwan is a very principal captain. He's a very intellectual, strong strategician.
You're challenging his capabilities.
I am challenging him because he didn't stood up for Fakhr Zaman. He raised his
He
hands.
did.
Babar
He
Azam,
did. Haven't you
He
seen the
did.
news?
No, it's not confirmed. It's just engagement farming and media narrative. When the press asked Mohammad Rizwan said, "This is not my case. This is not my domain. This is PCB domain." He raised up his hands. He said, "This is not my domain. Go to PCB." One thing I love, I respect for Babar Azam. Even I have a lot of differences with him. I
He
still
stands
believe
up
he's
for
not
players.
a yes, I am just completing it. He stands up for the players as well. He was absolutely pathetic as a captain. He didn't stood when the team wanted him as a batter, as a captain. But one thing I will respect him as a cricket analyst, Babar Azam stood for his boys. Right or wrong, it's debatable.
Hmm.
Right or wrong, he put the money on those horses which had no legs. Hassan
Hmm.
Ali, Mohammad Nawaz, Asif
Yes,
Ali, Kuzdil Shah. He
I
didn't
remember.
pick the right guys. If he picked the right guys, what if he would have been the best captain? But
Yes.
he he didn't invested the right money, and I think Babar Azam just did one thing in his entire captaincy career. If he wanted a guy, he would have beaten everyone in the PCB that I wanted. Mohammad Rizwan
Exactly.
first challenge came up with Fakhar Zaman and Saim Ayub in
And
T20s.
then,
No, no,
yes,
no, I am raising my hand because me and my Kaptana want to open in T20s. Again, 120, 130. India has scored
and then, yes.
300 in T20 and
Hmm.
still we are going with Babar and Rizwan T20 opening. This is absolutely mind baffling. I can't
And
digest.
Mohit, once again, he came up with the statement of Kaptana. Like, bro, you are the captain now. Why are you wanting to call an ex-captain Kaptana? And
Laiba,
Yeah.
he also
he
came up with the
is
statement that, king, I don't want myself to be called as
exactly.
king because if I will be called as a king, then I wouldn't be able to serve my team as a captain. So he's kind of that Miki Churi, which is always trying to set himself in almost every department.
Laiba, but I think he's the most clever guy in
Most
Saya
clever.
Corporation. He's the most.
Yes,
He
exactly.
he he spoke that word of Akib ball when
Yeah.
he got the captaincy before 3 days. Before 3 days of his captaincy, no one spoke Akib ball. He got it on the mic stumps and he said Akib ball because he know how
Because
to
he's going to
place.
be listened, yes.
He's a very good strategician. He no mind games. I respect him, but one thing I will be again putting him up. He's the same mindset which Misbah had, which Babar had. The mindset
Mm.
is the same because he will be opening with Babar again. Your T20 team is going nowhere. As honest as I am.
But let's see, it's going to be a challenge for him because he has again, released a
No,
statement
no, no,
that
no,
we
no.
are going to win
I will be
Australia and
supporting him.
Australia.
I will be supporting him. I will be supporting him.
Okay,
My
yeah.
full support is to
Mm.
Mom because Mom, Mohammad Rizwan will not win alone. Whole Pakistan will win. 25
Mm.
crore people will be happy if Pakistan wins in Australia after 22 years. 22
Mm.
years Pakistan haven't won an ODI series in Australia. Mohammad Rizwan
Yes,
can make a record. Mohammad
he
Rizwan can
can.
be in the
He
limelight
can.
and he can win the Champions Trophy and he can gain that respect.
And
It's
their
Sarfaraz
confidence level is touching, yes, their confidence level is touching the next level just because that they just, created history, obviously, won a test match, beating England, in Pakistan, and that too with such a dominance. So their confidence must be touching the sky right over here. So let's see what Pakistan is going to do, but that is just from my side.
Let's see. Oh, okay, Laiba. I hope you have enjoyed the show and Rayan as
I,
well.
I, I loved it. I loved it. Thank you so much, Mohit, for inviting me.
And
Great to meet you,
any
Laba.
ending notes for Rayan, the new friend of ours? Any
Thank you
ending
so
note?
much. You are a very intellectual brain, Ryan. I am obviously looking forward to collaborate with you and Mohit later in the videos as well, and obviously we'll obviously dive into the Pakistan versus Australia series in
इंशाल्लाह.
deeper kind of level, inshallah. Thank
चले
you.
लाइबा
Perfect.
ख्याल ख्याल रखे और अपनी सीरीज की प्रेडिक्शन बता दीजिए.
सीरीज की प्रोडक्शन it's going to be tough, but I am looking forward. अगर मैं अपने दिल की बात बताऊं, if I speak from my heart, it's obviously going to be Pakistan winning the series, but again I guess Australia is going to win the series 2-1. I'm just not
Okay.
sure.
Okay, thank you, Laiba. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining.
so much, Mohit. Thank you so much for once again. Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
Baba.
great day.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, Ryan, we are here again with the same duo. She
Here we
speaks
are.
she speaks good. She speaks good,
She
and
knows a
you know,
lot, doesn't she?
yeah, because there in Pakistan, girls don't watch cricket. Girls, if they watch cricket, they just talk on jaw lines. They just talk on shit stuff. That's all. Okay, Ryan, I
Yeah.
have some questions. I have some briefers for some Australian cricket. But what do you think about Andrea Mcdonald and Pat Cummins? The contract has been increased. The contract has been reached till 2027. So it's a good move or not? I want to get deep dive into this. What this duo offers, because they have won World TC together. I'm good. I'm right. They have won
Yep.
World Cup together. They have won
Yep.
Ashes together. They have won these
Yep.
three major cricketing big pinnacles of cricket, prestigious trophies, prestigious cups. So what do you think about these two going further in Australian cricket?
Yeah. So I like it. Pat Cummins, you look at him, one of the best bowlers in the world. Rabada's doing his thing right now, so he might be up there in the Test rankings. But Cummins, one of the best bowlers in the world, just a great guy. I was watching an interview with him that he did maybe on the last weekend, and he was saying that the partnership that he and Andrew McDonald have is just they're so good together, easy to talk to. They let the team be them. They let them say what they want in the media. They let them go off and be themselves. When they're traveling the world playing cricket, like last year, they were in India for the no, they were. Have I got it right? Yeah, last year they were in India, and then it was the World Test
Exactly.
Championship, and then it was the Ashes, and then it was the Cricket World Cup. There was just so much cricket, so much time away, and they obviously we didn't win the Border Gavaskar Trophy in India, which is a shame. Redemption coming this summer, but
The same issue,
we
Ryan, Australia Spain issue.
beg your pardon?
The Spain issue. The Spain issue.
Spin issue.
playing issue. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a bit of a spin playing issue. Yeah, I can get onto that if you want, but I'm just thinking about back to Cummins and McDonald again. They are much more laid back. They let the guys go off, have fun, see their family, get back into cricket at their own pace. You get some players who have been playing, like Josh Inglis, for example. He's played a couple of Sheffield Shield games. He's going into these ODI games. Steve Smith, on the other hand, has played one Sheffield Shield game, one ODI game domestically. Cummins,
I will.
one
I
ODI
will be
game.
coming to
That's it.
Steve Smith as well. Yeah, I will be coming to
So
Steve Smith as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. But like they all just kind of go at their own pace, get back into cricket, and when it comes to cricket season, they all get back into it, but do it their own way. And you got McDonald and Cummins, and they just seem to create a good environment around the team, and that's the key. The team, not the individual. It's not about Steve Smith scoring another 100. It's not about Cummins taking another fifer. It's not about Lyon taking his 500th wicket, which he did last summer or 2 summers ago, or whatever. It's about the team winning cricket matches. And they create that environment where everyone can be themselves, everyone can be a good member of the team. And I like Pat Cummins being the captain of my country's cricket team, and I like Andrew McDonald heading it up. So I like it.
Because we have seen in the past, Ryan, the Justin Langer thing. He was so strict. He was like, we need energy, we need attitude. Like he was absolutely, in Urdu we say bindas. He was absolutely on point. Boys, I need this from you. I need you to perform.
Very
Show your
demanding. Yeah.
hunger, show your body language. And then players also had issues with Langer, about the strictness as well, all the thing. McDonald is a guy who respects the captain,
Yeah,
who
he does.
respects the process, who back his players. The entire World Cup, minus Labuschagne, was not good, as quite good. But in the final, 2023 World Cup I'm talking about, in the final he played crucial innings. He played that crucial innings which led Australia to win their 6th ODI World Cup. So this is what we have seen from Pat Cummins, from Andrew Mcdonald, and just see the process. Pat Cummins won World TC, Ashes and ODI World Cup, but still he wasn't captaining in the T20 World Cup because there was a process. Mitchel Marsh was leading the team for the last 2 years. So the process demands that Mitchel Marsh will be leading the team in the 2024 World Cup. However, is the captain good or not? That is your debate. But we think Mitchel Marsh will be leading because we back our players. We can't destroy our process. We can go back to our process. Process comes first. So this is I like a lot about Australian cricket. I want to know about Steve Smith. He is a guy I liked a lot. I liked a lot. He was the one I was like, he's going to be LBW. He's going to be LBW. His stance was like leg before wicket, leg before wicket. I was just saying leg before wicket. But in the recent times, Steve Smith was also considered the best player in the Fab Four once when Virat Kohli was not scoring as well in the Test as well. He was scoring the most difficult format, scoring centuries. Now Jorwood is on high peak, but there was a time when Steve Smith was ruling Test cricket, and he was literally on the throne to be the next greatest player of Australian cricket. But in the last 4 or 5 years, after he has came back from that incident of the scandal, what was that ball? Yeah, sandpaper. Steve Smith deep in form. If we see from 2021, he has just averaged 44, 950s in ODIs, only 100. At Shuffle Shield, he has been advocate. If we talk about Smith's recent performance against England in the recent series, he has been advocate. Not good. So
like this is that. What you've just told me just tells us all we need to know about how good Steve Smith is. He's averaged 44, and we're saying that's awful. Like 44 is an incredible average. David Warner averaged 44.
Right. His caliber is beyond 44.
It's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. But what we're saying is when your dip in form is to only 44, you're still like he's in. Yeah, there's no denying he's been in a bit of a slump. But if you're still averaging 44, it's not as bad as everyone thinks it as it's made out to be, because he is this guy who can rattle off 800 runs in a series, as we saw in the Ashes in 2019. But recently he played a Sheffield Shield game at the MCG, scored 3, then a duck in the second innings, and bits. He thought the decisions were a bit iffy. But no DRS in domestic cricket. You got to go when the umpire puts the finger up.
Exactly.
And then he also scored 56, I believe it was, in a one-dayer against Victoria a few days later. Played some good shots, scored it over a runner ball, looked good, like flowing through the ball, was driving and hitting them well. So I don't know what's happened. I think the move to the top of the order kind of screwed him up a bit. Opening, even though he did make that 91 not out against the West Indies, which nearly saved that Test match at the Gabba. However, I don't know what's happened. Maybe there's just been so much pressure on him. Maybe he's been figured out. Look, I think we're in for a big summer of Steve Smith. He would have been working on it. You would have seen how he is. He's always.
And I would
doing something.
I would love to see. I will love to see. Right. Virat Kohli is also in a slump. Steve Smith is also in a dip. If they both come with the hunger, with the fire in BGT, that to the nostalgia of 2014 series.
2014, yeah.
It will be box office. It will be absolutely we can say the best moment we will be witnessing in last 3 or 4 years. Virat Kohli versus Steve Smith. That series. Smith scoring 100, Kohli scoring 100, then again Smith scoring 100, then Kohli scoring 100. That was like battle between them, that tussle between them, that who will come up first. That was
it was good, and I hope we get that again.
I hope.
As much as I want Australia to win 5-0, I want us to win 5-0 very closely. Like I want the test matches to be good test matches. I don't want to blow them out of the water.
Right, it's your need, because if I know one thing, if Australia takes anything to their pride, they come up with like lions, they come up with beasts, they can screw you up, because in the last 10 years you haven't won a test series against India, and you're at your home backyard, and that is I can sorry I'm using a slang, but that is a shame for Australian cricket to not win a series at home against an Asian team. And that too, they have beaten you with their seaside net bowlers, Ranji Trophy bowlers. Like they didn't had the players to make a proper playing 11, and they bet you up in the Gabba. So this time, Pat Cummins, and you have watching the interviews, everything, they are looking really fiery, and they're looking really focused on BGT. That will be so exciting.
Yeah. Well, you look at this. I'll just jump in real quick. They've actually, the Sheffield Shield season this season, they've made to start earlier to get all of our test players playing, get some red ball experience, get them moving, get them playing 3-4 days.
And that India A versus Australia A competition as well.
That game is actually very interesting right now. Australia need 87 runs to win tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it was 87, maybe 84, 87, something like that.
Some quick names you can tell the viewers who is going to see, who will be going to see in BGT, Spencer Johnson, anything you can add from the Australia A squad?
So we are short an opener. We don't have an opener right now. David Warner's retired. Smith is an opening. So this Australia.
Warner tweeted, "I am available again." Like what, bro? You are retired. Now go.
He's not. He's just doing it for fun. He's doing it to make the media, to get the media up.
Exactly.
So this Australia A side has our top three is Sam Constas. So he's a 19-year-old from New South Wales. He scored twin centuries in the Sheffield Shield a couple of weeks ago, and just put his name right into contention. And then we've got Cam Bancroft, who you would have heard of, Mr. Sandpaper himself, I guess, and Marcus Harris, he has also played for Australia.
He last played Australia again,
All three of them
yes,
have failed.
I am just going through the scorecard, and Australia first inning, Sam Constas, Marcus Harris, Cameron Bancroft, all three failed. Cooper Connolly as well, who will be playing.
Cooper Connolly got 30 odd in the first inning, we only got 195, so it's a pretty good score. But we're thinking Nathan McSweeney, the number 4 and the captain of that Australia A side, he could be possibly opening.
Bro, who is this man? Are you serious? 6 wickets? OMG.
Oh, you're looking at Brendan
Doggett. Brendan Doggett, like 6 wickets, 15 runs, 11 over 6 maidens, 1.36 economy. This is hell of a bowler. Who is this? Go through.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been around for ages. I'll check. He's in his 30s. Cam Doggett.
He's ages. Yeah, I am just going through his stats as well, all the stuff. Can you go walk us through?
Oh, Brendan Doggett. Sorry, Brendan.
Brendan Doggett. Yeah, he's 30 years old. FC matches 37, and he has a great cricketing career in Shuffle Shield level, 127 wickets with an average of 29. Listed wickets 21. He's a good asset, man.
Yeah, he's a good bowler, but he'll be another one of those kind of players that might only play 1 or 2 tests for Australia. Like a Scott Boland got a decent chance, like a Jai Richardson.
Bro, just wait a minute. This is my best friend. This is my brother. This is not my best friend. This is like a brother for me.
Okay.
A great brother for me. He's one of those guys when you have no one in your bad times, so he's there for you. His name is Yusuf, and he is just saying hi, and he's saying, "I love you, Jackman." His favorite actor.
He's Australian, probably. Yeah, good actor, Hugh Jackman.
Have you seen the Wolverine? Deadpool versus Wolverine?
I haven't seen that. No, I will go out and see it in the near future. But I haven't seen it yet.
So just
yeah,
just
look at
sum up on Brendan Doggett.
Brendan Doggett. Look, he's been around forever. He's been playing. He played Big Bash quite a while. I remember for the Heat, and then he moved to the Thunder, I believe. Now he's playing for South Australia, I believe he's playing for, and decent player. He's more of a white ball from what I've seen, like T20s. But obviously he's taken 6 for 15 against India A. That's a pretty good feat. I think he averages just shy of 30 in first class cricket, so still good. Yeah, he's good, but I would look at Nathan McSweeney. So he's captaining that squad currently. He's scored 39 in the first. He's currently not out on 47, I think.
Exactly.
He's averaging before this game, this season, he's averaging over 106. So with the bat, so we think that he could be someone that you just slot in at the top of the order. He can bat time. He was in very early in this game in the first innings because Conscious got a duck, Bancroft got a duck. Virat Kohli will screw you Aussies. We'll see, mate.
Virat Kohli is a nightmare for Australia. That's why Australia respects him as well. Like I think
Yeah,
Virat
we respect all cricketers except for Stuart Broad. He's a flog, but
I know that incident of 2017. Yeah, when he did. Yeah, but no, he's also.
No, I like Broady. But,
legendary bowler.
We respect all of the anyone who comes out here and shows fight, we love.
Ryan, people's question right now. People's question. I will be asking from you. I am asking. Yeah, just hear my question first, and then you reply. How would you sum up Babar Azam's recent struggles, especially considering his performances during the Australia tour, in the Test series and the World Cup, with the back and forth around his captaincy, first stepping down, then taking it back from Shaheen when he was sleeping after doing fasting, and now leaving again? Do you think it's more of a mental challenge, a skill issue, or possibly even something physical, like Jared Kimber mentioned? The subtle adjustment of the toe. Have you watched the Jared Kimber video of that his technique?
Yeah, I watched that Jared Kimber video. Yeah,
and now dropped for the first time in his career, and Pakistan won the series after 3.5 years, after 1305 days. What's your take on what's impacting Babar Azam right now the most?
If Babar Azam wasn't dropped from that test side, I still think Pakistan win because of their bowling. Okay. Obviously, it was a Cameron Ghulam, came in, scored a century, incredible. But I don't think it was Babar Azam that was holding Pakistan back. As for himself, I think there's just a lot of pressure on him, He's in a slump, Smith's kind of in this slump right now, Obviously, he scored a couple of 50s.
Right.
He's kind of in a slump.
I will argue you. Slump is when you have achieved a lot. Babar Azam hasn't achieved a lot. He has just 30 or centuries.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a good World Cup, ICCU tournaments where players make name. So how do you sum up? Like, he is not that World Clubs. He is on the road to World Club, but there is a lot of stuff he is doing. Like, he watches a lot of social media, and he takes on his personal, and he don't focuses on his game. He focuses on social media. Like, he has a very toxic corporation.
Yeah, it'd be a toxic headspace. I think it might be a case of possibly caring too much what others think about his cricket, not caring about his cricket itself. And who am I to talk like this? Babar Azam, international cricketer, far better than me. But I think it might just be getting to his head. All of the, it's just beating a dead horse at this point.
Right. I have a counter question. I have a counter question. If Babar Azam was in a mental head, if Babar Azam was in a mental toughness or etc., what do you say? Why did he score 72 and 100 in Champions Cup where the competition was low? If he had the mental toughness, he would have scored in that particular tournament as well. He scored 100. He scored 100 in PSLs.
I
He
think,
scored 100.
yeah, I think the
Exactly.
pressure's off though. The pressure's off when you're playing domestic cricket, I guess. You don't have the eyes of the world. You know, you're not. I'll use Sky Sports as an example again. They love attacking anyone who isn't English. I've seen, you know, in the Ashes, they love to put down the Australian players. They love to put down the Pakistani players. You look at that first test where England scored 800 odd. They love to put down Pakistani cricket. I think when there's no external eyes on it and it's just domestic cricket, you can just see people flourish. And I think Babar Azam, great player, or on the way to greatness. I think, you know, if you're looking at a graph, it's just a little fall off on a otherwise trending upwards graph. And I think he'll regain the form. You know, this series, I wouldn't be surprised if he just comes out here and just belts us all over the place.
And I
Because,
really
you know,
wish him best of luck. I really wish him best of luck because I still respect him. He is the greatest cricketer right now in our country, and there is no doubt about that. But he just have to put away all that toxicness in social media,
Yeah.
in that corporation,
Yeah.
in that PCB. He just have to focus on his batting and
And
address that
he-
I was wrong.
it'll work. It'll work. He'll get through it. You know, great players or good
And
players.
Pat Cummins also commented
down.
that Babar Azam is a nightmare for us.
Mind games. That's all mind games. I think anything that an Australian captain or an Australian team says within
Australia
a
don't
week leading
mind.
up to a series. mind
That
games.
famous comment, I will be asking you, I got it in my head right now. Nothing will be much satisfactory if we won a World Cup against 1,50,000, but 1,30,000 people. That statement from Pat Cummins got viral in all the subcontinent, in South Asia, in Pakistan, in India, and it made
Yeah.
Pat Cummins like the greatest leaders of all time. What was
Yeah.
that? Ahmedabad 2023 World Cup. India was on top. They was like just go and play the match and live the World Cup. Australia was on a
Yeah.
dip. They were winning their matches close. They were not winning convincingly. India was smashing teams. They were demolishing
Yeah.
teams. They were destroying
India
teams.
were
But in
incredible.
that
Yeah.
final, winning the toss and bowling first, adjusting the conditions better than an Asian captain in an Asian country. This is absolutely baffling.
I
The bat-
think a lot of it came down to the whole. Traditionally, Australians, you know, we're told from 10 years old playing cricket, you win the toss, you bat. It's what you do in Australia. Thanks, Yusuf. You're the best. I just saw his comment. You win the toss, you bat. And I do think India could have been playing on that a bit. But
That
you
too
look
in a
at-
World Cup final.
Yeah, but you look at previous World Cup finals. England batted second. They won. Draw, won. Australia batted second in 2015. We won. India batted second in 2011. They won.
Yes.
There's this trend of batting second and winning. And Cummins obviously looked at that and went, you know what? Let's do it up here. They also played England in Ahmedabad in that World Cup earlier, and I remember them saying that it was England were batting second. We beat them, but England were batting second, and they said that getting wickets was harder as the game went on, as the dew came in and everything. It was harder to get the rest of England out. And so Cummins saw that. He looked at the previous 3 World Cup finals and went, why not have a bowl and then just see what we've got to chase when the batting conditions come to us? And it was incredible. You could hear a pin drop in that stadium. I remember I was watching it. Coley chopped it on, and it was like I'd hit the mute button on my
Pin
TV.
drop silence. And that Travis had sixes, like he was hitting sixes on nets. he was hitting sixes
just
in
having
nets.
fun.
His bat sound was evident to everyone. Like he was hitting sixes in nets. Travis had those sixes to Kuldeep and Bumrah. That portrayed that India was dead end at that time.
Mm.
And that was the
Yeah.
greatest innings in the history of ODI cricket I will rate Travis had. Because Travis had did what many others didn't in their career.
Yeah.
Yes, that Maxwell one was beyond that, was miraculous. That was absolutely alien stuff. But I will also rate Travis at not on a scale of Maxwell's, but just below. Just below, I will be rating.
The situation, you know, we were 3 for
Ah,
19 or whatever.
Top 10 great Australian ODI innings, Travis Head will be there in the World Cup final.
Yeah, well, easily. Yeah, he top 5, I say.
Okay, Ryan, I have something to talk about as well.
Yep.
Ryan, we have also talked about the ODI team, what will be the conditions and Melbourne. Ryan, just go through with the drop-in pitches. Can you walk us through the entire process of creating a drop-in pitch? Because you know drop-in pitches will be installed and we will be playing on drop-in pitches in all the stadiums. Perth, most likely, BGT will also be holding on a drop-in pitch. So please explain the viewers what is the drop-in pitch philosophy? What is the drop-in pitch mantra?
So,
Can you walk us through the entire process of creating a drop-in pitch from preparing the soil to installing it to the stadium?
I'm not a curator, obviously, so I don't know all of the intricacies of it. But essentially, because we have AFL, our major winter sport, and it's played at the MCG, Adelaide Oval, Optus Stadium, all them, and they use the whole field. You can't just grow a pitch. You can't just keep pitches there because they're not just cricket stadiums. So they have to make drop-in wickets, and they grow them off-site, and they usually make them to last a few years. So you just curate a pitch as you usually would. So you get the clay, you get the sand, you get the soil, all that, and then you just curate a pitch in a park, pretty much. You know, obviously a pretty decent park, and then once the AFL season is over, they get this big machine. I'm sure you've seen videos of them being put in, and they just
Yesterday I have done. Yeah, yesterday I did a video on that. That crane come with a trailer, and they put the pitch again from the playing field and put back to the greenhouses, and then make it a rugby stadium, etc.
Yeah, so they're in. It's like kind of like a weird kind of concrete metal tray that they put them in, and that causes a lot of bounce sometimes. A lot of bounce, and usually the big thing with the drop-in wickets is they're usually very flat.
Very flat, yeah.
Flat
and bouncy.
Flat and bouncy. And then you get the one really odd one that just doesn't bounce, or that just goes everywhere. Like I remember they had a drop-in deck, I think, last year in the Big Bash, and they needed to abandon the game because it was just bouncing everywhere. So
yeah, the match called off. I remember in Big Bash.
I think it was Scorchers Renegades.
Scorchers, yeah.
Yeah. And so pretty much they're just made because they don't have enough time to properly grow wickets throughout a season, which, you know, it's fine. We've got other sports playing on them. But that's just kind of how it works. And then but you get stadiums like the Gabba, the SCG, they're not wickets. They're properly made, curated wickets. And that's why you'll see the Gabba is usually pretty green, very fast, bouncy, comes onto the bat. That's why the Gabba pitch is like that. And the SCG, just because the type of soil breaks up a lot, lots of spin at the SCG. You get that. And then Hobart as well, where the other T20 is being played. That's grown. And that usually starts early movement and then flattens out into a batter's paradise as the game goes on. So you get some stadiums like the Gabba and the SCG. I believe the Gabba especially, I don't think they can actually get the machine in to lay the pitches in, to lay drop-in wickets in, so they have to grow them. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, and I know that the ones in Perth at Optus Stadium, where the third ODI is being played, they try to grow them exactly like the Wacker pitches were grown. So with a lot of clay, a lot of the compacted clay and stuff to get that bounce, to get that cracking eventually as well. So, you know, that it's an interesting thing, usually very flat. I would like to see more grass on them.
Okay, mate, that you have explained a lot. I didn't know about much, but you have explained like you are an AI of this, you know all about the stuff of drop-in pitches. That was great, mate. But I think
Okay.
dropping pitches are good or bad, 50-50. You get bounce, you get flat wicket, and you get the pace. But there is no swing and there is no spin around. So
No lateral movement. Yeah.
I think dropping pitches is like a batter friendly wicket. There, a bowler has nothing beside of bounce. Awkward bounce you can get from the pitch, from the wicket, from the surface, you can get batters out. But if it becomes flat, so you will be going for runs, a lot of runs.
Mm.
Mate, so was the Australian team we will be saying in Australia. Now let's come to T20 team. First of all, mate, I have to my mind is right now heading towards a very tough question. Who is the new captain of Australian cricket team? Who will be captaining in 2026 World Cup? So confusion, right?
That's a good question.
A lot of
Personally, I would just give it to Glenn Maxwell.
Bro, why?
Because
have you read the book of Glenn Maxwell? Recently he said that Sehwag and my coordination didn't make up and I was the captain. I didn't have the right to make a playing 11 that Sehwag came up. I think Maxwell is not the type of a captain. He has not that leader personality. That's my opinion. I think
I'll bring this to you then. You look at that squad. You've got
exactly
Xavier Bartlett, who's played like 4 games. Cooper Connolly, he's like 2 years older than me.
Tim
David, no way. Nathan Ellis,
no way.
Fraser McGurk, not giving him
No way.
captaincy. Aaron Hardy, he's on the fringes, so I don't think. Josh Inglis is maybe the only other one.
Yeah.
Spencer Johnson,
Josh Inglis is a contender, in my opinion.
It's between Josh Inglis and Maxwell, in my opinion. But I just think Maxwell, having the experience of T20 cricket, he's played however many games in his career. He can captain a squad for 3 games.
Wait. You will be making the Australian captain for Pakistani series. Maxwell will be the captain, most probably. But I was asking about the 2026 World Cup. What vision will you be presenting up for the 2026 World Cup? A long-term captain. Will you be going back to Mitchel Marsh? Or will you be taking a gamble or make a new captain? And will you be doing some logical and intellectually right things to make Pat Cummins for 2026 World Cup? Because he has a fabulous record in India, in IPL as well.
Yeah. So, Mitch, I'm just checking Pat Cummins' age. He's, how old is he? 31. He'll play the next T20 World Cup, I'd assume.
Absolutely. He will be playing the next T20 World Cup.
I'd have Cummins captain. I just have him captain all 3. But then again, he's
also putting my money on Cummins.
Yeah. So, but I think the problem is, Pat Cummins doesn't play much T20 international cricket. We played 5 T20s against India. When was that?
That was last year.
Or was it earlier this year or something? One of them.
No.
Cummins didn't play that series. It was after the Baltic Basket Turkey.
The 5 T20 series was after the 2023 World Cup when Surya Kumar was captain.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Maxwell played a great innings. That
yes, he did. He scored a ton and won it. Yeah. I'd have Cummins doing all 3 because he captained the Sunrisers and got them to a final. Obviously, they lost that final this year. That they pretty much lost to Mitchell Starc being a big game player. That's what they lost to. They lost to Mitchell Starc having a new white ball and always showing up when the pressure's on. So I'd have Cummins captain, but he doesn't play enough. And obviously, there's so much cricket happening. Test matches, ODIs. He'll be in the IPL next year. I think Sunrisers retained him. Looks like Shane Watson, but a flabbergasted version. Shane Watson, hey?
Shane Watson. He was
Shane
Watson. He was damn so bulky. Ryan is not bulky.
No, I'm not bulky at all, mate. I'm lanky as anything.
Ryan, have you seen that picture of Andrew Simon, Mitchell Johnson, and Shane Watson having their
Oh, yeah.
shirts off and
Yeah,
going through
shirts
the
off,
walk?
walking
That
across. Yeah.
is aura, 1,000 aura, 1 plus 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 plus. That is absolutely the greatest picture we have seen ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so back
So,
to it. I'd
Ryan,
have Cummins captain.
Ryan, I think Cummins will be the best choice, but if you will see Australian cricket, I think they will make a new captain. Most probably, I think they will be taking a gamble and they will be making Travis Head the new captain because we have seen Travis Head leading skills.
Yeah, he's vice captain, or he was. Kind of is now, kind of.
Travis Head is a great leader.
Yeah, he is. I thought Alex Carey as well could be a shout.
Alex Carey is on a roll. I just came to Alex Carey. On Sheffield Shield, he has scored 410 runs in 3 innings, 102 average, 200. He's on absolutely brilliant.
He's flying right now.
And he will be playing the first ODI.
Yeah, I can't believe Carey wasn't. I think it's because he's playing Sheffield Shield and he's really wanting to become not just a keeper in this upcoming Border Gavaskar Trophy. He wants to be a batter in this series as well. He wants to be able to come in at 7 and, India go, oh, we got Mitch Marsh out. Crap, Alex Carey's coming.
Like you have Alex Carey, you have the likes of Matthew Short. Matthew Short is also a keeper. Josh Inglis. So Carey will most probably be putting the gloves ahead in the first ODI.
No, he's not. He's not on the squad.
Oh, Carey. Oh, sorry,
Inglis.
sorry, mate.
Inglis is in.
Carey is also on a leave.
Yeah, he's playing Sheffield Shield right now.
Yeah.
So
he is preparing for BGT right now. Yeah.
He's preparing for the red ball. Yeah. But I also think I've said him a couple of times tonight. Nathan McSweeney. I think he could be a next captain. He's 25. He's currently captaining that Australia A team. He's the best performer in it. He's killing it recently. He's been killing it in first class cricket. He seems to be there. When the Brisbane Heat won the Big Bash last season, he was coming in at 3 or 4 and just scoring 30 or 40 off, like a runner ball, 30 or 40, but anchoring a T20 innings, which you don't see much now. You don't see many people just working singles in T20 cricket. He seems tactically sound. Beating India A with that squad is no mean feat, and it looks like they'll do it, and he could hit the winning runs tomorrow. I think he could be a long-term captain play if they get him into the squad now and nurture him.
This thing, like Alex Carey is now playing red ball, and all the stuff, all the backyard stuff are playing ODI, and some of the players are preparing for BGT, some of the players are preparing for the Champions Trophy. So, like Australian cricket shuffles around excellently. They know how to use their player. They know how to put their player in which format they will play. The format division is the best I have observed in Australian cricket, and now I am coming to the most important question that I have prepared and I have debated a lot. I have researched a lot on it, but I didn't got that answer, which I will be getting from you because you are an Australian. You know in and out. You know the culture. You know how it works. In your experience and observation, what does a typical journey look like for an Australian cricket moving from a school cricket to club, then to domestic, and then to finally the international 20? What kind of skills and mental resilience do they need to build along the way to handle the pressure at each level? And what is the process? What is the process behind it all? We have heard we have heard a lot that school cricket in Australia is on top, and that backyard mentality. Like the day you play the first time this game, the coach say you are a champion, you are born to be a champion, and you will not lose. That winning mentality, born just to win. How can you possess this mentality? What is the USP of Australian cricket to achieve everything beyond all? To be at the number 1 for last 100 years. when cricket has started. How Australia does it? Like every player comes in with a beast mentality. Like you can say from Ricky Ponting to Smith, Smith to Labuschagne, Labuschagne to anyone else, and then McGrath to Hazelwood, Hazelwood to Spencer Johnson, everyone else. How they roll their players, how it comes again and again and again, the legacy. Sum up in a detailed way.
Oh, I'll do my best. So I think it comes down to always wanting to win. I think it's just that. And you get the players who are naturally gifted, you get the players who work hard and with their talents get there. Like you see even, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, you can tell when they're just a cut above the rest. And that's when, school cricket for me wasn't that big. Like it wasn't really a big competition. It wasn't that big. I know there are some schools who are really big on cricket, but my school wasn't. It's the way the clubs are kind of set up. So you can go to a trial, like you go to your local cricket club, then you go to a trial, and then you've got this is to try out for like your district area or your local area, not just the club down the road kind of thing. And then so you've got your local club cricket, and then you've got your district cricket, and then you've got like premier cricket, like regional cricket, and then state cricket, and it's all got grades in it. So like local cricket might have grades 1 to 6 or whatever. And then district cricket, which is a bit above that, will have a few grades as well. And then the regional cricket, a few grades as well. And it's just very, if you're the best, like you're top of local, and you go to a trial and you get selected, then you got to work your way up in districts, and then your regional, and then your state level, and even state. Like there's two Queensland teams, there's 2 New South Wales teams, there's 2 Victoria teams.
The 16
And-
domestic setup in the Shuffle Shield as well.
Yeah, so there's the Sheffield Shield, and then there's like it's called the Toyota Second 11. Toyota sponsors it, and you've just got Queensland Second 11 versus Victoria's Second 11, and New South Wales Second 11 versus
Like
Tasmania.
it's kind of grade 1 cricket, grade 2 cricket, grade 3.
Yeah, grade 1 and 2, but at a state level, so they're better than pretty much like 99.9%
So
of cricketers.
so the state authorities on the expenses and everything, or the club authorities on.
So, like, you get, if I was playing second 11 cricket for Queensland, I'd be on a Queensland contract. I'd be earning money from Queensland just to play second 11s. And then you've got like the clubs. Like, I'll use an example. Say Gold Coast Cricket Club. They play in like a Southeast Queensland kind of division. And they play they verse Redlands. That's where Marnus Labuschagne plays his club cricket at Redlands. Sam Haslett plays there, and a few others. Like you get kind of like elite club cricket. It's called Premier Cricket. And then below that, you've got district cricket, and then below that, you've got local cricket. So there's this way to make your way to the top of each, and then the good players just pretty much go all the way up because they're too good for everything. So there's a pathway for all the good players to excel in Australia from what I've seen anyway. Like the really, really good players, there's a pathway for them to not get stuck playing at their local club. And there's this winning mentality of
Does politics also plays a role in Australian cricket?
I haven't seen it personally. I haven't seen when you're young, when you're like 9, 10, 11, 12, if you know someone's dad on another team, you might get into it or something because you know them. But once it gets up to that high level, it's really just if you're good enough, you play, and if you're not, you get dropped. And that's I think what the Australian cricket system has. If you're not good enough, you'll go down a grade, and you'll get dropped again if you're not good enough.
I want to ask you, like, what is the USP? What is one base thing that you can pin up and that you can pin? That this is the one thing that makes Australian cricket different from everyone else. The mentality, you can say, the process, you can say, the coaches, you can say, the high professional system, you can say, high performance system, you can say, the ground facility, everything. That one basic thing that make Australia 6-time ODI World Cup champion, 1-time T20 World Cup champion, World TC winner, and a lot of Ashes and a lot of dominance around the world. What is? You can.
I think it's, if I had to put it on something, it's always about, it's you always go into a game with your team. This, whether this is, you know, the game I played today that I was telling you about earlier, or if it's state cricket, or if it's national cricket, or if it's whatever, you always go into a game with your team and go, we will win this game. That's how you look at it. We will win, and it's we. It's all of 11 of us that take the field. We will win, and if someone drops a catch, too bad. Let's go again. Let's take a wicket. Let's go again. Someone scores 100. That's great. He's done well for himself, but he's helped the team. It's all about winning together. You lose together, you win together, you draw together, but you're always together. And that togetherness, you're not chasing. You chase personal milestones, of course. Like, you know, if I'm batting, I want to score 100 for myself, but scoring 100 helps the team. And that's, I think that's what it is. There's so much togetherness.
This thing that play for the team. Yusuf और अली सुन रहे हो? तुम दोनों मेरी लाइव में इस टाइम. मोहम्मद अली और यूसुफ सुन लो. वो कह रहा है कि पर्सनल माइलस्टोन्स के लिए नहीं खेलते हम लोग. हमारे लिए पर्सनल माइलस्टोन्स नहीं मैटर करते. 50 doesn't matter for us. 100 doesn't matter for us. If we score a 99, if we score a 49, we won. Andrew Simons, Ricky Ponting, Dennis Lilly. The legacy is coming and coming again and again. You have seen the likes of Pat Cummins as well. The legacy is fronting us as well, and now they have won a lot of trophies together, the prestigious tournaments together. ये चीज तुम लोगों को समझ आ जाएगी जब तब पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट ग्रो करना शुरू हो जाएगी. Sorry mate, there was a lot of friends in my comment box, so I have to figure it out. Yeah. So continue, yeah.
Yeah, so that I think that's what it comes down to. It's, you want the group of boys that, or girls, if there's girls watching, the group of girls that you play with, the group of boys that you play with. You play for yourself, but you play for them. You play for the team. You play for the badge on your shirt. You play for them. You play to win for that badge, for the boys. You play to have fun as well. It doesn't control your life, cricket. It doesn't control your life. You play to have fun. And I think that's a big differentiator. I look at India as an example. And from an outsider's perspective, cricketers are like gods in India. But over here, they're cricketers. They're Australian cricketers. So there's not that pressure that's added by the entire nation. It's, you know, it's great if we win. As a, you know, as a viewer, it's great if Australia win. If we don't, that sucks, but you move on. So I think you've got a culture in a team where it's, we win, we will win together, we will lose together, we all have each other's backs no matter what. And then you have a country that goes, we want you to win, but if you don't, that's fine. As long as you represent our nation well, that's what we want. So that's why the sandpaper thing was so bad, because it tarnished the reputation of.
And this is what I have seen. What I have seen in 2024. Pat Cummins. If I give you an example, if Babar Azam won 2023 World Cup and they make Shadab the T20 captain, because of all the fans of our industry, all the cricket, all the community, they will just burn everything in Gaddafi Stadium. This is the culture. They pray for individuals, not for team. Pat Cummins won everything. He achieved everything, but still he didn't went as a captain in 2024 World Cup. This is what Australian cricket is in one word.
Yeah, that's how I put it. That's where that winning mentality. That's where the
winning mentality.
Where it comes from. It's make.
Okay, mate. Let's wrap up. The time has been picking up and up. Mate, last series you won against England 3-2. I also watched that. That was good. What do you take from the last series and last 10 ODIs? Australia have just lost only 2. If you can get through from the 8 ODIs, You played against 9 or 8 ODIs in the World Cup consecutive. You won 9 ODIs. 9 ODIs you
Yeah.
won consecutive in the World Cup.
I think.
And then you won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so
can you
we.
walk us through what Australia cricket is doing that they are dominating in the ODI format? Because in ODI format, Australia every time dominate. They are 16 world champions. They produce great players. They produce great mentality-wise players. They have the pressures. So, but you can sum up in a way that why Australia is now looking more solid in ODIs.
In ODIs. This, I'd say there's a bit just down to the fact that you've got pretty much, you look at this ODI squad's a bit different to other ones. But this ODI squad's a bit different to other ones. But you look at other ODI squads of the past, and a lot of it is the test team. A lot of it is the test match team, and it's that kind of flow on of just having the same group of lads in the same, just we've got a bat at 6 runs and over instead of 3. But you've always, you look at a team like the 2007 team, for example, where you've got Gilchrist and Clark and Ponting and Lee and McGrath, and you've got so many test match players in the ODI squad. And in 2023 at World Cup, we had a lot of test match players in that ODI squad. You've got the same group of players, just doing something slightly different. And I think that's what helps us do so well in one-day international cricket, because there's not too many different changing dynamics. You know that Mitch Starc's going to get the new ball. You know that Josh Hazlewood will probably get the new ball, and you know that Pat Cummins will be first change and just bowl tight line and length. And one-day cricket as well is always played in Australia. You always play 50 overs a lot of the time at club cricket level. Even if it's spread across 2 days, you play 50 overs, and then the next day you play 50 overs. It's just something that you do. You're always playing that kind of cricket. We've got a very strong domestic one-day tournament where you see
The
incredible things
competition
happen.
is so high in Australia. Like you have a specific amount of players and you have a small country, and it comes a lot to produce that kind of talent. That is absolutely fabulous to watch and absolutely fabulous to see. But on the other hand as well, that Yusuf has commented that no one recognizes Australia as a thing. Like you see, India won the World Cup in 2024,
Yeah.
and they came on the streets. The Mumbai road was on with the
Yeah.
fans as well. Everyone was there. There were a lot of people celebrating the whole night. They got party in the clubs, bars. But in Australia, Pat Cummins won a World Cup, and he was coming on the airport with just one person, one media person.
Yeah.
Like
This
you
goes
guys
back.
think, like it's bread and butter for you winning World Cups. It's
Yeah,
your
it
bread.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
this is what Australian mentality is.
So it goes back to what I said earlier. Our cricket team, our cricketers, are just cricketers. They're very good cricketers who
Exactly.
represent our country well.
Exactly. On
But
point. On point.
they're not gods. They're not heroes. They're not something above what we are.
They are
They're
employees. They are professionals. They are doing their job to winning
professionals
for the
doing their job.
country.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they do very
They
well.
are winning.
And I love watching them do it. And
Yeah.
that's it.
And what I have observed and what I have seen, like they know what is their job. They are not kings. They are not superstars. They are not King Kallega. They are professionals, highly paid professionals who throw themselves in a professional way, in a difficult way, to give our country the win that everyone wants.
Yeah, that's it. They're professionals. They do their job well. And because there is no kind of
This is why Australia
projection
wins.
of them being, I think that's it. They have the chance to do their job without so much expectation, and they can just be normal people. They can just
But they have that dust with England cricketers, English cricketers, the dust between them.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Michael
do. But
Vaughan versus Ponting, etc. else.
yeah, you get that. But I love beating. I love beating England. I love when we beat England. It's great.
You
But
love beating England.
I love when
I
we beat
got it.
anyone. You know,
You you are
on
beating.
Monday, I
You are
hope we
be,
beat you.
yeah. You are beating them on Monday. Where another sport?
No, no. I said I hope we beat you on Monday. But
Oh, you are
if we
beating.
don't, but if we don't, it's not
You
the end of the
are
world.
praying. You are
It's
praying
just
that
cricket.
Mohammad Rizwan will lose his first match as ODI captain. In Pakistan, he is known like he is the greatest strategist. He is something else. He has some intellectual mind in his brain.
I do
Like he
like
is the
Rizwan.
greatest captain
I do like
Pakistan
Rizwan.
will be producing. Mohammad Rizwan is kind of a great strategician. The narrative floats around in our country, but I don't think Mohammad Rizwan will be as good as people portray him because he's the same mindset which Misbah had, which Babar Azam had. You needed a new captain. You needed a new mindset, but you have gone with again Mohammad Rizwan. But I wish him good luck. Okay, so let's take some comments. Alex R lover कहते हैं भाई इससे पूछो इसको अच्छा. Ryan, he's talking about the Shamar Joseph test match. Gabba,
Yeah,
just walk us through.
incredible, incredible test match. I went to 2 days of that test match. Incredible test match, and you know what? I think
You
90%
went
of
in
the
the
game.
stadium. You went in the
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah.
Oh,
I've got.
that's good.
I could send you pictures and videos of it if you
Okay,
wanted.
great, great, great.
I went to that test match. It was incredible. I'm watching it as an Australian fan, but also as a cricket fan, and I'm seeing the West Indies come out of absolutely nowhere and get this player who we've never seen before comes and bowls his country to victory with a bunged up toe, and it was just incredible to watch. And he's bowling 145, 150 with a bad toe. He bowled what 8 or 9 overs in a row, taking wickets, bowling fast, getting pumped up, getting West Indies cricket moving. It was great to watch. Obviously we lost, and sucks, but it was a great test match. I can't say anything against it. It's like the when India beat us at the Gabba. Incredible test match. Rishabh Pant out of nowhere just goes, no, I'm going to win this test match and
We
wins
were
it.
just that close. We were just that close to clinching the test match at Melbourne. That Abdullah Shafiq catch of Mitchel Marsh. If we would have taken that catch, things would have been different.
You guys would have
Literally.
won that test. You should have won that
Yes.
test easily. And
I
you
regret it.
had
I literally regret it. We would
you
have
had a
won that
chance in
Melbourne
Sydney
test
as
match.
well. You had a chance in Sydney
I
as
think
well.
Sydney. I think Sydney. Shan Masood didn't captain well. He bring on the off spinner and he bring on some other stuff. But in Melbourne, he captained on spot. He was brilliant with his tactics. He was proactive, and our bowlers was also throwing themselves. But that one catch, cricket is just small, minute things which can change the game a bit. That Travis had catch of Rohit Sharma changed the whole complexion of the
Yeah, that
game.
won the World Cup. That it did.
Okay, we were just
Like,
talking about mate. Yeah, go through.
I just saw. Obviously, I can't really
Okay, mate,
understand that one,
last 10
but I see.
ODIs to just two lost. So what do you see Australia? Because Australia just have 4 1 days before CT25 and they have to formulate a combination and they have to finalize the playing 11. They will be playing again in Asian conditions and ODI tournament. So what do you think? And Pakistan, offers good wickets, good flat wickets. So you have to score 370, 380 in mind. What do you think about Australia just having 4 1 days and one day is added of Sri Lanka? Recently, they have been added the
Yeah,
one day.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah, just one day in Sri Lanka seems pointless. I would have liked to see three,
No,
but
it's before 10 days before Champions Trophy. That's why 1 day.
yeah, I would like to see.
I would have liked
I would
three.
like to see more than one. But
Yeah,
if it's
four
just
one days.
cricket,
Yeah, 4 1 days. What do you
yeah,
say,
4 1
Australia?
days. I see these 3 1 days, especially with the bowling. I see it as a way to get the bowlers ready for the Test series. Really, get them moving, get them bowling overs. That's how I see that with the bowling. I think the batting they might have a bit of fun. Fraser McGurk, Matt Short, if Steve Smith will always play, Labuschagne, see if he can embed himself to be that anchor of a number 5 who can score 50, who can score like a
Exactly.
striking at 70, score 50 runs at number 5. Maxwell picks himself. Inglis picks himself. But I think they're going to test out that opening combination. Might bring in Cooper Connolly for a game or two, but he's playing another game against India A. He could be playing another game against India A because he's in that Australia A squad. I'm just going to bring up our squad here. Maxwell. And then, you've got, I think they might have some fun with the batting lineup just to see what happens, but I think they're going to get our main red ball bowlers just bowling 10 overs a game in these to get them ready for this upcoming test series, because I think, in my opinion, that's what those 3
Do you
bowlers
think this test series will be the greatest test series played in the decade? India is coming with a test series lost at home after 12 years, after 4,025 days in the GG era. So this BGT will be the greatest test series ever been held between the 2 teams. Do you think?
It's the first one to have 5 test matches, which already makes it better. And I definitely think it can be, because you've got 2 incredible.
And you are also starting with Perth.
Starting in Perth, yes. So bouncy and hot.
Rohit Sharma will not be available.
Yeah. But you've got 2 squads that are aging a bit, You've got Sharma's going to go in the next few years. So is Kohli. So is Jadeja, and Ashwin probably will as well.
Ashwin, Jadeja, Kuldeep as well.
Kuldeep's not coming, I don't think.
Oh yeah, Kuldeep's not coming. We get the wicket keepers between them.
Yeah, Dhruv Jurel and Rishabh Pant.
Rishabh Pant is a great guy, gutsy guy.
Incredible player.
Incredible.
But I think you've got 2 squads pretty much at their peak. I think this Australian Test squad, once, in a year, it'll start to fall off a bit. They'll get too old. Uzi Khawaja, he's my favourite player, but he's 37, 38. Like, how long can he go for? Smith, 35. Lyons, 37. They're getting at this hump where you're going to need to start replacing them. India's getting there as well. So I think this is the last time we're going to see a fully fit India and a fully fit Australia.
Exactly, bro. We will be seeing 5 versus 5. We will be seeing the greatest test series, probably the decade, but surely 100% of the year 2024.
Easy.
Yeah, mate. And Australia has the chance. Only Australia has the chance to clinch that final ticket of LTC. They have the chance.
Yes, we do.
Win 3 test matches, Australia have qualified officially. Officially, they will qualify. And then there will be a fight between South Africa, New Zealand, and Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. There will be some exciting fighting as well. It
would be very interesting if we win, if Australia qualify in this series, and if Sri Lanka beat us in Sri Lanka, if Sri Lanka can leapfrog India.
You are very clever, mate. You are just connecting the dots to play Sri Lanka at Lords, so you can win again a World TC second time, because Sri Lanka will be a much lower opponent in comparison to South Africa, New Zealand, and India.
I'd love to beat India again.
Yeah, you will have to beat
India again.
But you will have to beat India again in the BGT. I want you to beat India because now it's on their pride. It's come to the pride. Pat Cummins have also said, yes, we lost. We played bad cricket. We didn't capitalize on our opportunities. But this time, we will be coming hard, and we will be availing all the opportunity that will be coming ahead to us. So it's now pride. It's on Australian cricket legacy and pride. Not for a thrice time. Not India will be doing the hat trick. Can Australia do what they are known for as the best for the business? Okay, mate, just wrap up and everything. It was a great session with you, mate. We talked a lot. Yes, there is a lot to talk as well of Pakistan. I have also going through with my notes. But it was a great session. Laiba also joined it, and then BA and you had a great session. And I was
Yeah.
just picking your mind. You are just a great intellectual mind, and you're just a great cricketing human being. I am just short of words that how you have described each and everything so calmly and so detailedly. People will like. People are doing what are people doing? People are going for he is our king, he is our eagle. This is not how cricket operates. Cricket operates with professionals. There was a time when Imran Khan was the leader, Imran Khan was the captain in Pakistan cricket, and he made sure that no one is bigger than cricket. Everyone is smaller than the game. This
Yeah.
attitude, this mentality reinforces you, it acquires you the cricketing passion which you played for the first time. And this is it. The cricketers should have known for, not for their personal mindset, not for their individual name, not for the name of the back of the shirt. They should have known for the front of the shirt. This
Yeah.
is what my thumbs up.
Agreed.
Okay, let's take some questions. And भाई से पूछो आपने कमेंट्स पे होते हुए मार्च. Okay, I have also questioned you about Marsh's captaincy, but a guy of mine, not a guy, he's a good friend of mine. He also plays good cricket, better than me. A good cricketer on table cricket. He is saying, why did you make Marsh captain and why not Pat Cummins ever in
So
T20?
we went through this a bit earlier, didn't we? About just the Australian system and Andrew Mcdonald and Pat Cummins and how they just kind of go about their stuff.
Okay, sorry, I am interrupting you. I just wanted to know in one liner, did McDonald wanted him or Bailey wanted him as a captain? Marsh.
I actually don't know, but Mitch Marsh was our T20 captain before that, and however well or poorly we did, the team was comfortable with it, the selection committee was comfortable with it, the coach was comfortable with it, so they went, Mitch Marsh, you've been the captain, you are the captain, that's it. And I guess that takes some pressure off Pat Cummins as well. And Mitch Marsh is laid back bloke. I don't think he feels pressure really. You look at him in his interviews. You look at him with the way he plays.
Exactly.
He plays to have fun. He plays cricket because he enjoys it.
That picture of
That's
Mitchell
it.
Marsh when he was putting his legs on the World Cup trophy.
Yeah.
in our culture, it is a disrespect. Virat Kohli was literally kissing the trophy. In our culture,
Yeah.
it is known as a sin that you have got a prize after a long time. You have got an achievement. You have got the real cricketing embellishment which recognize what you have achieved. But Mitchell Marsh in World Cup is like a piece of cake for Mitchell Marsh.
Yeah, just
Nothing.
won another one, didn't we? Just won another World Cup. Yeah, so I think it was just Mitch Marsh. They didn't want to change it too much leading into it. Had some preparation for the World Cup with Mitch Marsh as captain, and let's go into it with Mitch Marsh as captain. That's how I see
Why,
it.
and I want to know as well. I think Marsh didn't captain well in 2024. He lost to Afghanistan. He didn't bring up the spinners and the thing we have seen in the 2024 World Cup. In the end, his performance was also down. So, how do you sum up him as a captain in 2024 World Cup?
I don't think, yeah, we obviously underperformed in that one. We were going into it hoping to win. Knew we had the squad that was good enough to win. We pushed India all the way in that group stage game or that one game that we played against.
And that Afghanistan game, Mitchell Marsh played that rash shot, didn't take up the responsibility.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
He did. I don't think he captained too well, but we can have all the opinions that we want on that.
Exactly.
But the main opinion that matters is Andrew McDonald, George Bailey. They're the opinions that matter on it.
And the Australian cricket.
Mitch Marsh should be Mitch Marsh. Looking back on it, he'd be the first to realize. He'd probably be the first to go, yeah, I could have done better here. I could have done better here. But then again, the way we see it, it's
And I
just
think
cricket.
if I go to the Australian cricketing culture, go through to it, I think Mitchell Marsh will be captaining again Australian 2026 World Cup most probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
IPL will be playing a lot impact because Starc will be there, Cummins will be there, Marsh will be there, everyone will be there. So it will be a big role in IPL
It
that
will
how
be.
they play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. A long, extensive talk of around 1 hour and 30 seconds. It's around about 4 November going on in you in half an hour. It will be 4 November for you. Oh, sorry, 3 November
Yeah.
for you. The next day will be
Yeah.
starting because it's 11:30 p.m. and just we have I think around about 24 to 38 or 40 hours before the match, before the kickoff in Melbourne. 38, 36 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. 36, 38
Exactly,
hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just and what we will be expecting a pitch in Melbourne, a fresh wicket because it will be a fresh wicket in Melbourne.
They've already played a couple of Shield games in Melbourne. They've played some Sheffield
Sheffield
Shield in
Shield
Melbourne.
games, okay, red
They've
ball
got the
games.
decks there. They're not. They haven't just been dropped in yesterday. They've been there for like a month now. So they would
So
have
with the toss, what to do?
win the toss and bat. Always
That
bat.
will be crazy. Yeah.
Always bat.
Okay, it will be
Australia
interesting. Pat
always.
Cummins and Mohammad Rizwan will be coming for the toss, and Babar Azam and Steve Smith will be playing. What's your series prediction? 3-0 Australia?
3-0 Australia. Yes, I'm gonna say 3-0 Australia. Just I think Pakistan's batting is too light, and
Yes, and in Australian conditions, we have
in
always
Australian
struggled in
conditions,
conditions. Yeah,
Cummins, Starc, Hazelwood, Zampa.
they will
Good
be
luck
lethal
beating
as well.
that.
As
India
a
couldn't
fan,
beat that.
yeah, as a fan, I want Pakistan to win the
Yeah.
series. But in all honesty, if we see at a neutral perspective, if we see at all realities, all possibilities, Australia winning 3-0. Yeah.
Australia 3-0 and
Yeah.
top scorer, I'm saying
I
Josh
think
Inglis.
I think Australia can lose a one day in Adelaide because it offers Pakistan conditions. We have seen a flat deck, so Pakistan can put up some great runs and then fast bowlers and Faisal Akram, the left arm Chinaman. We have seen Australia not playing Kuldeep beside Travis Head.
Yeah.
So in perhaps I think Pakistan have a quite okay and decent side, but I will be putting my money as an analyst to Australia 3-0. But as a fan, I want Pakistan to win a series in Australia after 22 years. Long
Yeah.
time. I
Well, I
wasn't
hope it's a
born.
good series as
I
well.
wasn't
I hope
born
it's a
then.
close series. Yeah, I hope it's a close series. I hope it's a good
I
series.
hope, yeah.
But I'm saying Australia to win 3-0, man of the series, Josh Inglis. That's my prediction.
And my players to watch out for will be Mohammad Hasnain taking 7 wickets in 3 matches. If Mohammad Hasnain plays
Hasnain
all
for
3
7.
matches. Because
All right.
Hasnain is a guy to watch for. He has worked a lot in the speed camp. He has worked a lot on his body, on his run up, on his uh, kinetic of chain, on his follow through. Everything he has worked on, and I will be putting my money on Mohammad Hasnain. This guy can really create problems for me, and he has created in the past in Big Bash. And then you guys reported that he is not doing legal bowling, but now his action is clear. Now
Yep.
be ready for Mohammad Hasnain.
All right. I'll watch for him, mate. I'll watch for him.
All right, mate, go and sleep. Good night to you. But mine
Okay.
is right now like around 6. It's evening.
Yep.
The sun is going down, and we are having a night. Tomorrow is a match. I am captaining my side. Captaining a side is the most entertaining and difficult thing, but I really enjoys it. So I have a match scheduled tomorrow. I have to prepare for it. And best of luck for you
Yep.
for the cricket tomorrow as
Thank
well.
you.
So hope so. We will be
Thank you.
meeting
Best of
again.
luck.
Yeah, Australia versus Pakistan. Best of luck, mate. And we will be discussing on a detailed show on BGT. वेट व्यूअर्स हम आएंगे आपके सामने और एक बहुत ही अच्छा शो लेके आएंगे बीजीटी पे जो मेरे जितने भी इंडियन व्यूअर्स हैं बंगला बॉर्डर गवस्कर ट्रॉफी इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया एक बहुत बड़ा शो आने लगा है रायन मैटकार्फ मेरे साथ ही होगा ओके मेट
Thanks, mate. See you later. Great to talk.
later.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Yeah. Good night. Good night. Sorry.